Hello everyone, I'm Satyam and in this video we will be learning about the DOM in JavaScript. So guys, as we already know that DOM is very important and the DOM stands for Document Object Model. DOM has very like you can say DOM can do many things that we can't even imagine right now. You can change the content of the complete content of the website. You can like perform many tasks. You can make your website like a complete different website just by using DOM events and actions or other techniques. So we have covered the basics of DOM in the video 1. In this video we will be learning about the 3 different methods and we will apply these methods in the next video, and similarly we will learn some more methods and properties in the next video. So stay tuned with these videos if you really want to learn many things about DOM. So let's see what we have. So this is the same DOM tree that I showed you in the previous video, and in this DOM tree you can see that the main thing is the document that can like assess all the elements of the DOM tree. Below are the elements. The first is the root element, that is the HTML element, after which you can see that there are 2 elements on the same level, that is the head and the body element, because these 2 tags are present inside the HTML tag. So head and body are on the same level, and then the head has the element of title, and then the title has a text of my title. So similarly on the other hand, body has the element of anchor tag and h1 tag, and that h1 tag again contains the header, and the anchor tag contains the link, that is a href part, or href stands for hypertext reference. So and the text part, that is my link, that you can see that appears as blue color text with the underline, so you can check that out. So similarly we can like join many more concepts and techniques in DOM, and many different nodes. You can add and delete childs, and there are many more things that you can do. So don't worry, we will learn each and every technique. And so let's see what we have now. So now let's define the document object model or the document object. The document object represents your web page, because each and every element of your DOM tree is under the document object. So document object represents your web page. That's perfectly fine. And if you want to assess any element in an HTML page, you always start with the assessing the document object. Now if you want to assess some elements in the like you are in your web page, then you have to do some then you have to make some elements, and then you have to assess those elements with the help of document object. Without document object, it become very difficult to assess those elements. There are some methods, but these methods are not that reliable, but with the help of document object you can do your task very easily, and you can do many more things. So let's see. Now this is the very basic example. Now on the left hand side, firstly I will explain you the DOM structure. So firstly we have the HTML element, that is the root element. Then we have the body element, and in the body element is the second element. So after that, in the body element we have the heading element and a paragraph element. So heading and paragraph are on the same level. Either they are written h2 is written above the paragraph tag or the p tag, you can say, but they are on the same level, because we have closed the h2 tag before, and body tag is not yet closed, and p tag is also opened and closed. So you can see that h2 and p are on the same level in the DOM. Then I have written the script part. I have already told you that there are two places where you can place your scripts inside a web page. First one is the inside the head element and using the script source tag or the link tag, and the second is the like in the bottom of the web page, if you want to load your HTML content first and then your website, then you have to place the JavaScript below the text and below everything. But if you want to like place that thing, if you want to load the JavaScript first and then show your page, then you can place that script part on the top of your in the head tag after the style elements, or you can use different scripts, or you can make a different .js file and then include that file using the link tag, and you can learn that thing in the Java in the HTML. I'm not covering that much HTML, but I suppose that you already know some basics of HTML, but I have already told you everything about the code that I have used. So after that, in the if I want to say if I want to access the paragraph element of that web page with the ID of demo, then how can I do that? I can use the document object. Now how can I use that? Document object has many methods, so you can use the document.values and keys methods to get the values of the document object. You can see a long list there. So now I have document.getElement by ID. Now I can get the element by ID of demo. So ID, we have to place the ID inside the two quotation marks, so we have to keep that thing in mind. After that, I have placed the word demo so that I can get the exact paragraph tag where I want to change something. Then there is another method .inner HTML. Inner HTML changes the actual content of the website, and you can also add new content, or you can append some content into that part. So I have used .inner HTML and then the equals to and then the text part that I actually want to place. So the text part is the hello world, and then I ended that line with the semicolon, and when I run that code, I get the output. You can see my output on the right hand side, my first page, and then hello world. I haven't write hello world inside the paragraph element, but when the JavaScript runs, it places the hello world content inside the paragraph tag, manipulating the nodes of the DOM tree. So I guess you got my point. So there are different methods that you can try. Now first one is the document.getElement by ID that I have used. Second one is document.getElements by tag name, that you can use the tag names. Like tag names are the paragraph tags, anchors. You can write P, A, H1, H2 or anything that you like. So after that, you can also use something by the class name. You can get elements by class name. If you have described a complete block, or you want to change a complete block, then you can give that block a class, and then you can access that class elements, and then you can change the text or anything inside that. So try that thing. If you don't get that, then I will post that code soon. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned with Unacademy for more videos, and you can get the full source code of this video and other videos and the following link.